Hello everybody, my name is Rima. Today I'm going to talk about one of the controversial issues at present, three-parent babies or three-parent IVF technique, designer babies or the light at the end of a very dark tunnel. First, I would like to start by telling you the reason that prompted me to contact this topic. Next, I'll give a brief overview about mitochondrial diseases. Then I'll explain the technique of the procedure. After that, I'll highlight the opinions of both the opponents and the proponents. Finally, I'll conclude and give my personal point of view about this topic. In fact, I have chosen this topic because the UK now is said to become the first country in the world to introduce laws to allow the creation of children from 3 persons, 2 women and 1 man, using a special technique which is designed to help families with rare inherited diseases. These disorders are due to faulty energy generating components of cells called mitochondria. Mitochondria have their own DNA which doesn't affect characteristics such as appearance. So mothers carrying faulty mitochondria in their eggs at risk of having children with brain damage, heart failure, muscle waste, blindness, etc. Now I would like to move to the next point of my talk, which is the technique. There are 2 methods. The first is egg repair and the second is embryo repair. Today I'm going to explain egg repair. This diagram is a simple diagram, shows the technique. There are 3 steps. In the first step, mothers who is a patient and donor's egg are collected. In the second step, mother's nucleus removed and donor's nucleus removed as well, but destroyed. In the third step, the mother's nucleus is inserted into the cytoplasm of the donor's egg. And here we can explain again. Healthy nuclear DNA removed from patient's egg cell, leaving behind faulty mitochondrial DNA. Next, patient nuclear DNA transplanted into donor egg with healthy mitochondrial DNA. Then, reconstructed egg cell fertilized with sperm in the lab and implanted into the mom or the mother, and eventually this will lead to a child with 3 DNA in his body, 3% DNA, but it is about 0.1% of his DNA from the donor woman. So now, after explaining the technique, I would like to highlight the opinions of the proponents and the opponents. One of the defenders said, "This is good news in progressive medicine." Another one said, "We are not playing God, just we are making sure that if 2 parents who would like to have a healthy baby can have 1. And for many families affected, this is a light at the end of a very dark tunnel." On the other hand, the opponents, let us see what the opponents say. They say this technique is still in a research stage and not approved as safe and effective. Furthermore, this raises too many ethical and safety concerns, and even more important, children may suffer both psychological and physical effects, damage. And finally, some people argue we are now on a slippery slope for further genetic modification of children. Taking everything into consideration, I strongly believe that the purpose of the technique is humane, ethical, but I believe that the end doesn't justify the means, even though the embryo's DNA is just 0.1% from the donor egg, but its suggestions on potential life is enormous. It doesn't matter to donate organs, but I think gene donation is a red line. And instead of involving controversial issues, it might be better to encourage people to adopt orphaned children who are in urgent need to care, tenderness, and love. Thank you for listening. Does anybody have any questions?